Hey everyone, I'm Anud Boliveru, one of the founders and presidents of Linguistics Club. We're all going through some pretty tough times right now because of the coronavirus, and we feel that one of the best ways to pass your time if you're bored is to learn a new language. Learning a language might seem like it's super difficult, but it's not too bad if you get to know about what to do and how to maximize your efficiency. However, throughout the process of learning a new language, many people start to wonder more about that language itself, becoming more interested about that language. Why is this word similar to the one in my native language? And why are words made this way? And why are these particular sounds in this language while they're not in my native language? Asking about the why and how behind languages is really what linguistics is all about. Let me give you a quick example of this using 5 commonly learned languages: English, German, Russian, Hindi, and Japanese. So, examining these sentences, we can see that as we move further east, the languages become more and more different. As you can see in these examples, there are some patterns in how people all over the world express desire. We picked this particular sentence because of the wide use of topics that we will cover. The first topic that we will cover is scripts. Alright, as you can see, 3 of these languages use a script separate from the Latin script that we use. I've also added Urdu as an example for an abjad, which is basically an alphabet except there's no vowels. These are all different types of scripts that are kind of complicated and we don't really need to get into right now, but we'll definitely go over them in future videos, and they're definitely important to know if you're learning a language with that type of script. The second thing that I want to talk about today is sentence structure. As you can see, I have highlighted the words and parts of the words that convey the same information between the languages. As is pretty clear, there are a few languages that have extremely different structure to English. The first thing that I want to look at is word order, specifically the difference between subject, object, verb, word order to subject, verb, object, word order. For example, languages like Hindi and Japanese, which are Asian languages, use subject, object, word order, which means that instead of saying I eat the apple, they say, translated of course, they say I, the apple, eat. It sounds like you're talking like Yoda, but after a while you just have to get used to it because that's just the way that they think there. Another really interesting aspect is the word order of German, which actually kicks the second verb to the end of the sentence. In this sentence, my friend and I want to give the gift to our teacher. To give is the second verb, and that's put to the end of the sentence in the verb geben at the end of the sentence in German. We will also cover the different ways that languages throughout the world choose to deal with verbs. We see that languages like English rarely change the verb endings. We say I give, we say he gives, and that's about the extent it goes to in the present tense. However, in languages like German and Russian, the verb endings are changed based on who's doing the verb. Let me give you an example for German. If we want to say I want, you would say ich möchte. But if you want to say we want, you would say wir möchten. And if you want to say they want, you say sie möchten. But if you want to say you want, you'd say du möchtest. So it changes based on the subject. We can also see something interesting in Japanese called agglutination, where suffixes are added to the end of verbs to change their meaning. Agglutination can go extremely far. For example, tabetaku nakata means I did not want to eat. This one word can be made into a whole sentence because of suffixes. The beginning part, tabe, implies eating. Ta has to do with desire, kuna is negation, and kata is the present tense verb ending. If I just wanted to say I wanted to eat, you can just say one word, and you can say tabeta kata, removing the negation. This is just one of the many ways that language can be both weird and fascinating. Alright, so let's say that you want to learn your own language. The first thing that you want to do is find a friend, podcast, teacher, or some other way to interact with your language of preference online. If the language has a separate script, this would be the time to slowly start learning it while also learning different words. There was a study done by Dr. Edward Fry in 1993 that showed that simply learning 1,000 words allows someone to understand 90% of the spoken language. Try to find a list of 500 to 1,000 most common words in your language and use a flashcard app like Quizlet or Anki to learn them. While doing this, start trying to make your own simple sentences with the help of our friend Google Translate using the words that you know. Chances are that the grammar of the language is extremely different to your native language, but that's okay. Start reading about the word order and other quirks about your language, and the point of this isn't really to make it super complicated, but just to give you a feel for how to think in a language. A language isn't just a set of words, but it's a whole new way of thinking, and learning one can open up your mind to a realm of new possibilities. Lastly, have fun with it. Watch movies, play games in your language, and maybe even pull in a friend to learn with you. Practice speaking and listening, and don't give up when things get tough, because at the end of the road, you'll have a world of opportunities in your education and your career in the future because of this new skill. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, please like and subscribe, and put any comments down below for tips or any other topics that you want us to cover. We plan on mostly covering topics such as cases, verbs, and the evolution of languages, as well as topics in natural language processing and computational linguistics. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.